season, we've had the pleasure of meeting great people, cooking delicious food, and hanging out in some gorgeous houses. Now, we are bringing everyone together for our finale episode and first ever Chefs and Showhomes cook-off. And then we'll be wrapping it all up with a launch party here at Local Fresh with Walnuts Catering, and we'll also be featuring a little special about them. So stay tuned, we've got lots of fun today.
So you're not going to let us in on what you're doing?
It's just a little sauce to get drizzled over the top of the steak. So we're going to do the prairie cherries and some sea buckthorns.
Beautiful.
Weird not knowing where anything is in here.
I've never used one of these, so do we have to like peel it? I have no idea. What do you do with it?
No, you can keep the skin right on it. We'll take the sticker off. And obviously, right?
So now I'm going to welcome our 3 guest judges for today. So next to me, I have Leo Pantel, the head chef at the Conexus Art Center. Next to him, I have Milton Rebello, chef and owner of Skye Cafe and Bistro. And next to him, I have Josh Miller, who is one of the top 3 finalists for Master Chef, as well as owner of the Bearded Prairie Chef Catering. So welcome, guys, and thank you so much for being here today. This is really exciting.
Thanks for having us.
We're doing a fun cook-off today with all of the contestants, or I guess guests that we had on the show throughout the season. We've teamed them up in teams of 3, and they're going to be doing a cook-off for us today. So on team 1, I have Jeff Martiagano from sales manager of Gilroy Homes, and then Caitlin Bashutsky, design manager from Crawford Homes, and then Bryce Hitchens from Legacy Catering. Okay, so now we have our team, our second team ready to go. To my right here, I have Corey McLeod, head chef at Sprout Catering, and then next to him is Joel Williams, head chef and co-owner of the Capitol and Lancaster Tap House, and then we have Mikhail Polishchuk, business owner with Allaire Homes. All right, so we're ready to get started with team 3. To my right here, I have Garrett Rusty Fiends from The Harvest in Shaunavon, Saskatchewan. And then I have Jackie Fuchs here. She is the operations manager with Authentic Developments. And then Jeff Bashutsky, who is new home and land management with Crawford Homes. I also have Tim Schultz here, who is the co-owner of the local food market as well as a local food kitchen. So I love this concept so much. Tim, can you tell me how you came about Local Fresh?
The concept for Local and Fresh was, it's been a long-term vision for my wife and I. Our background is we are producers ourselves, so we have a farm an hour out of Regina. We had a vegetable farm, so growing up to 15 acres of vegetables, livestock operation as well. We were spending a lot of time on the road marketing our products and just felt like there had to be a better way, create a better platform for local producers like ourselves. So 5 years ago, we started Local and Fresh as an online grocery store. We built a network of local producers that way, but always the vision was to create a retail platform, create an experience for the consumer, a place for consumers to connect with producers, but also a place for producers to have a year-round permanent location to sell their product. Over the course of the 5 years that we've been in business with Local and Fresh, it's been just networking. With my producer background, I had a great network to start with of local producers. But then when we find that we have a need for a certain product, then we'll go out and we'll search for a product that's locally made that fills that need. Producers are starting to reach out to us now, which is great, and we welcome any producer to contact us to see if we can carry them in our store.
That's great. Is there a certain criteria that producers or suppliers need to fit into in order to be featured in your store?
Really, the only thing is we want to connect with local producers. So we're never going to be bringing in products from overseas. We're working with people that have a story, that have a background that we can connect to, that are local. So that's the big thing, is to work with a local producer. If it's a value-added product, we want to see that some of the ingredients are coming from Saskatchewan, if possible. So it's just, we're trying to create opportunities for local entrepreneurs, and so local is the big thing here.
I love that. And now, can you tell me, who are some of your producers and what type of products do you carry?
Yeah, so we're as full-line grocery as we can. Locally, so we've got all the categories. So we've got meat, bakery, your grains and flours, produce, lots of prepared meals. So working with chefs throughout the city, like Chef Malcolm, Solo Italia, who is an authentic Italian pizzeria out in Ogama. So we've got unique products like that. They're making a value-added product that's like ready to eat. We've got meat producers like Pineview Farms out by Saskatoon, and they're a complete. They're the producer as well as the processor right on their farm. We've got Box H Farms, which is 100% grass-finished beef. Bakeries like Cocoa Bakery, Cocoa Patisserie here in Regina. The full range. We have Floating Gardens, which is a year-round greenhouse in Saskatoon. Some of the gardens out in the valley as well. We work with Hutterite colonies. So there's over 100 different local producers that we're working with.
Oh, wow, that's really impressive. Sounds like you guys really do have it all. And when people want to come shop here, what are your store hours?
Yeah, so we're open Tuesday to Saturday. Tuesday and Wednesdays 10 to 6. Thursday we're open late till 9, so 10 to 9. Friday 10 to 6, and Saturday is 9 to 3.
So what do we have in this little bag of treats? So you guys can only cook with what's in this bag.
Okay, so we have split green peas. We have frozen sea buckthorn berries. There's some salt and pepper. Some beet greens, fresh beet greens. For protein, we have snow beef, Saskatchewan snow beef. This is a Colorado-style steak. We have a baguette from Solo Italia. There's some fresh dill here. There's jalapeno-style mustard from Gravelberg. We have cold-pressed camelina, and that is an onion and basil infused from Three Farmers. Some fresh tomatoes from Floating Gardens, and we have some goat feta, some fresh garlic. There's eggplant from Floating Gardens as well. We have an onion, some sour cherry juice from Over the Hill Orchards, and we have some dried morel mushrooms from northern Saskatchewan.
All right, so that's everything?
That is it.
Okay, so the rules are you can only cook with these ingredients. Hopefully you can use them all. And then they're gonna be scoring you out of 100. So 40 on taste, 20 on presentation, 20 for utilizing ingredients, and then 20 for the wow factor.
All right.
All right, you guys ready to get started? So you'll have 25 minutes total, 5 of which you can use to discuss and figure out exactly what you're cooking, and then write down what your menu is, which you'll present to the judges at the end of the competition. So I'll be keeping you guys up to date with time. Okay, you guys ready?
Ready?
On your mark, get set, go.
All right.
Hi everyone, this is Atif with TMG, the Mortgage Group. Today we're going to talk about credit score. One of the things lenders consider when deciding whether or not you're a good candidate for a mortgage is your credit score. Your credit score is a measure of your financial health and shows lenders their level of risk if they lend you money. A credit score above 650 is considered a healthy score. Your credit score is calculated based on a variety of factors. These factors include your past payment history, so if you're making payments on time, credit utilization, so how much debt you have in relationship to how much credit is available to you, your credit history, so how long you've had accounts open. The longer the better, because it provides a longer history. Finally, what types of credit do you have, such as credit cards, auto loans, or lines of credit. Your credit score matters when applying for a mortgage. If you have a strong credit history and you're above the score range, you should qualify for a mortgage loan from primary lenders. If you fall below that range, it suggests that there's more risk involved for the lender. This doesn't mean you can't apply for a mortgage, but you may be offered a mortgage loan at a higher interest rate from trust companies or private lenders. This is Atif with TMG, the Mortgage Group.
All right, so we're gonna get out of your way here and start the timer.
I like basically everything in there except for the eggplants. But I don't know if you guys have any ideas right off the top of your head.
Yeah.
You do?
So
Good. That's excellent.
So we'll pan sear the snow beef.
Yeah.
We're gonna rub it with a little bit of the mustard and salt and pepper.
Yeah.
And then we'll make like a beet green tomato kind of Greeky salad to go on
Do you
the
want to do a
side.
salad or a saute? We could saute the greens?
We
or
can, yeah, we can do that. And then we'll
Yeah.
just do like tomatoes, feta,
Yeah.
and like a panzanella salad.
Yeah,
With
so,
we'll just dice up the bread,
okay.
tomatoes, the feta, and then just kind of toss it together with some salt and pepper and some fresh dill.
Are peas included in that?
Well, I see something over there soaking. So you know what? We'll make that as our starch.
Okay.
And we'll get it on a pot and we'll get going real fast with that. Yeah.
Like, we do like a steak sandwich with like eggplant, tomato, something or other.
Good. This could do a saute of for a veg. This, this, and this. And I was thinking that. Just cut it and sweat it and then roast it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Kind of berry thing.
This is basically made for a vinaigrette too.
Yeah. That's it.
So why don't we do that?
Okay, so we're toasting our bread.
Yeah, so we'll
the
cube
salad?
this up and
Cube it,
toast it
toast
off.
it.
Yep,
This, we can just kind of slice that.
absolutely. We'll chiffon all
We'll
that up fairly thin.
saute with onion and garlic.
Yep, both.
Okay.
I think
Yeah. And then the greens.
We'll get those washed and then we'll just
tomatoes.
quarter those. This we'll just chop up with this and the feta
Okay.
and the oil. That'll work.
All right.
What
So are we
with-
doing anything
I got an
with?
idea for these.
Okay.
I'll surprise you with this when we're done.
Salt and pepper's
Okay.
always good. My thoughts are we're gonna take the peas, the beet greens, and the dill and do a beautiful puree for just under the bottom of our
Yeah.
steak. We can flavor it up. This will add a little bit of bitter. This will give us some texture in there. And we'll actually use a bit of our goat cheese in there to add our cream component.
Okay.
Okay, and that'll brighten it up for us. A little bit of salt and pepper, so that'll be on our bottom. I'm thinking we just straight up lightly bread this in some breadcrumb. We'll toast this down, give it a quick pulse and chop. We can then toss this in a quick little bit of breadcrumb, fry it, and serve that underneath. We'll quickly sear up the steak, obviously probably about a medium rare. We can use a bit of the garlic and onion in the pan with that, deglaze, as well as the morel mushrooms. It's the buckthorn berries and the tomatoes kind of left for us, probably with a bit of onion. I'm thinking a nice little fresh relish, tomato relish to go on top of it at the end. Thoughts?
Steak.
Let's call it wilted greens.
Yeah, but we're doing pan-seared steak with mustard.
Yeah. I was thinking about stuffing it, but I don't think we have time for that.
What are we doing with our eggplant?
Just leaving it right there. Huh? Just leaving it right there.
Leaving it right there. That's like if there's. I like pretty much all food except for eggplant. Is my arch nemesis.
We're gonna use this as our team mascot here.
So
You
if
know
I
what?
just,
Let's. Do you want to wash that and we'll cut it?
Yeah.
And we'll sprinkle some salt on it, bring a little bit of the moisture out, and we'll pop it in the oven when we do the bread, and then we'll chop it and add it
do
to
some
the
slice.
sauteed veggies.
I like it that way, but I've got to ask the actual chef in the kitchen if I'm doing things right.
I'm loving it already.
Yeah.
We'll do 2 steaks, and then we'll send them the better one, and we'll get to taste test the second one. Okay?
Well, that's all on you guys.
There you
That's
go.
that's not part of my dietary repertoire.
Yeah, dude. Get these soaking too.
Maybe we just make it like a hot salad.
build, yeah. Yeah.
Just throw it in there. Or we could like put it in the reduction of the cherry sauce.
We're doing it. We do the vin.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I know, right?
It's killing it. I guess. Spoons.
Right there. Up top, here. Up here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Louise.
Side behind.
Okay. What can I do for you next? What else needs to be cut?
Cut these just into like
1 inch or 2 inch?
2 inch, yeah.
Okay.
I'm in charge of breakfast.
You're in
so-
charge of breakfast?
Yeah, so it's like some form of eggs every morning. So whether it's French toast or scrambled or, obviously we travel a lot in Mexico, so a lot of like just kind of eggs with spinach, smoked salmon, and pico de gallo all just piled.
Yeah.
And avocado, of course.
You're talking that, like I was saying, we go to Costa Rica occasionally, and that's one of my favorite things they do down there. And trying to remember the exact name they call it, but it's like black beans and egg and salsa, and like they do it every morning, and it's like I eat it like a religion down there while I'm there with like, you know, fresh pico de gallo, like you said, on top, and then I get back here and I kind of get away from breakfast altogether.
Yeah.
So I envy breakfast cooks because I have such a hard time getting up. And
20
getting
minutes,
myself
guys.
going to do it.
20 minutes.
Don't cut something up there.
If you want to do the bread, we'll get that toasting right away. You can just drizzle with a little bit of that compressed oil.
So you're not going to let us in on what you're doing?
It's just a little sauce to get drizzled over the top of the steak. So we're going to do the prairie cherries and some sea buckthorns.
Beautiful. I don't even know what sea buckhorns are.
Either do I.
It's almost like a Hazcap.
Like a what?
I thought you were trying to clarify what they were.
I was. Here.
House cap.
Oh yeah, they kind of look like a little gooseberry or something.
They're like a blueberry kind of, but they're a different color. They got a nice flavor to them too.
And so they're local and wild, or?
I think these ones are growing up north, if I'm correct with the company.
It's weird not knowing where anything is in here.
It is weird, yes.
And this? Okay. No pressure. Want to make it done?
My phone's ringing like crazy.
One of the tricks of the trade to get a good sear on anything, and sometimes people forget it at home, is to take your meat out and give it a good blot. So it's nice and dry on the edges, and you actually get a crisper sear on it. That beautiful Saskatchewan snow beef, that's, but kind of in the restaurant game, the name of the game with breakfast is volume. And at this point, like where I'm at in my career, my body breaking down, like volume just doesn't go well. So I'd rather go a little bit lower and focus on a little bit more high quality food. It's not like it's that much easier. There's still long days, but it's a lot easier serving, you know, 50 to 70 covers than 200 to 300 covers. So.
Do we have a little bit of garlic?
I've got garlic if you want garlic.
Yeah.
I got garlic. Yeah.
May I have some, please?
Yeah, how much would you like?
Let's go with that.
That's good?
Yep.
Okay. That's the chef measurements when you just kind of put your hand in there and take a scoop.
Jeez.
No pressure.
No pressure.
pressure.
We got this, we got this.
Right behind.
Okay, yeah. All right. Oh, eggplants, my arch nemesis.
I don't like it either.
Maybe just toss those around really good.
A little bit of salt and pepper.
Yeah.
And we'll pop those in the oven as quick as possible. And a little bit of garlic, please. Okay.
15 minutes, guys.
15 minutes? 15?
Yep, 15.
Vinaigrette, salad.
This is easy.
We'll be done with time to spare.
We're gonna use those to roll the outside. Morel's got this, yeah. I don't want you to cut your finger off with the knife either.
Yeah, I'll cut
Is there a blender, does anyone know, in the kitchen here? We call that a boat motor in the kitchen. You could literally just put it out the back and just take somebody for a tube run if you needed to. Oh, how do you do a puree without a boat motor?
Blender.
It's a little excessive, but
Oh my.
you really need enough.
For a cup?
Might be too much, eh? Do it by hand.
And these things are important that when we're soaking them,
Yeah.
that you get water in there and then go like this because there's sand and dirt will come out.
Oh, yummy. I've never used dehydrated mushrooms before in anything, so this is an experience.
10 minutes, guys.
How many?
10.
Perfect, thank you.
Can I use this?
Lots of time.
What do you want for it?
I just want to fry up some garlic.
Hey guys, this is Stan with Dutch King Construction. Today we're going to talk about bathroom renovations. As you can see here, we are in one of our very spacious and luxurious bathrooms. If your budget allows you to do so, we recommend the following options for you to consider. In-floor heating. The in-floor heating is installed underneath the floor tiles and definitely something you won't regret. Next up are tile options. Tiles have a very wide range in price tag, so this could quickly affect your budget. Here we have installed beautiful Italian tile from floor to ceiling. I recommend doing a glass door finish over the traditional shower curtain to enjoy the tile even when you're not taking a shower. Last thing to consider is storage. We've been fortunate enough here to combine 2 rooms into one spacious bathroom with a beautiful closet and storage options. Make sure to discuss all your options with your contractor prior to starting a bathroom renovation. I'm Stan from Dutch King Construction.
Actually, no, you know what, you're right. Let's toss them with a little olive oil, salt and pepper. We'll sear them a bit first so they're cooked so the breadcrumbs don't burn on us.
Okay.
We'll take them out. It'll make them softer, the bread.
Okay.
Afterwards, we'll add some more breadcrumb and then we'll sear them a second time.
Salt and pepper, or just salt?
Salt and pepper.
Okay.
It's gonna go right in like that, yeah, and it's gonna splatter. There you go.
Do we need to cook all of these?
No, I think if we do 3 or 4, we'll pick your 4 or 5. Yeah, those are your nicest ones, I think. Eh?
Yeah.
And that way, if we ruin one, we have a backup.
Quarter. Okay. Do like that.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
The music just doesn't feel right.
Some offspring, eh? Ignite.
Yeah, if you want to grab a nice plate or 2.
You want plate for the salad and for the greens, or what do you?
Yeah. This needs to reduce a whole lot more. So you're gonna notice there's little tiny stems on them.
Okay.
I need like 20 of them with no stems in them. Okay. Just put them on a little piece of paper towel.
We're breaking out the boat motor.
Very particular about what I eat, and I always say, and then I'm so healthy in so many ways, and then I'll drink a bottle of booze at the end of the day. Or I'll smoke a big fat cigar at the end of the day. So it's kind of crazy and ironic that what we believe in.
Yeah, it's funny.
Hey guys, 5 minutes left.
5 minutes left. All right, we're on it.
Okay.
What do you want, Joel? Just 3 plates?
Yeah, because
1, 2, 3.
there's 3 guys.
Oh, there's 2 there.
3 guys.
5 minutes.
You got chef fingers. Look at you go. How are we doing for time, Kristen?
Okay, you got 6 minutes and 47 seconds.
Okay.
2 minutes, guys.
2
Plenty of
minutes?
time.
What are we gonna do for 2 minutes?
We're just gonna sit here and look at each other.
I want to find a clean cutting board.
There you go,
I
sir.
really hope these peas are done.
That might be our one downfall.
Yeah. Some salt, some pepper.
Don't do it to the croutons. I already salt and peppered the heck out of them, because that came out so fast.
Yeah. Garlic on everything. That's
1 minute.
I don't know. Nothing for sweetener, eh?
Just that cherry juice. It'll be tart though.
Sea bug. Yeah, and then build it up to.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
The greens?
Presentation's only 20, so
Yeah.
it's not a big one.
Yeah. So what do we want mixed in with the salad here?
Rip that, get that in there a little bit, the glaze, and then
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
put it over the steak. Just before we put it on, we'll just get a little more flavor on it.
1 minute left.
No, wait.
20 seconds.
20 seconds.
Jesse Malak with the Rusty Shovel Landscape Shop here, and we're talking about trends in landscaping. Today we're talking about a trend that we see happening a lot, and that is the implementation of natural stone and boulders in the landscape. So one of the big benefits about natural stone is just that. It creates a really natural feel in the yard instead of everything feeling tight and manufactured. It gives it a little bit more of a wild feel. And because of the colors and the irregular shapes of them, it's creating little pocket focal points throughout the yard. One of the great things about natural stone as well is the variety of options we have available to us to implement it in the landscape. We can do things like natural flagstone to create landings or stepping stone paths. We can use boulders for focal points, or we can even do things like treads and stairs to create a much more high-end look on staircases up to different level changes. I'm Jesse Matlock with the Rusty Shovel Landscape Shop, and these are some trends in landscaping.
Done.
There. Beautiful.
Time's up.
We're done.
Nice job, everyone. Nice job.
Good work, guys.
Looks good. I don't know how it's tasting, but looks pretty delicious. Nice job, Joe.
10 seconds.
Plating.
We might need 10 more seconds.
Pressure's on.
Eat this clock.
I'll let you plate it.
5. That's time up.
Okay, well, almost done.
Time is up.
We're done.
You guys can finish plating.
And there we go.
Two salads in 25 minutes. Proud of what we're doing. That's all we can do.
Should have poached the plates.
Thinking the same thing I was pulling. Did you get the peas in there? It's good enough. Did you get peas in there?
Not yet.
Salt and
A little
pepper
bit
for
of those
taste.
around the protein forward, yes.
Yes, protein forward.
And just kind of add.
How do you make like those
10 seconds,
circles?
guys.
2, 3 or something.
Oh,
Okay.
those might be tough for us
Okay.
with 10.
We don't
We'll
got
find some nice little bits.
3
of dill.
seconds. 2, 1. Time.
We did it, guys. Yeah, bring it in. Come on, bring it in. Come on. Hey, that was completely painless and super easy.
I'm gonna hug like, oh, we're awkward. I'm not a hugger.
First of all, it looked like you really worked well back there. I really enjoyed that you made kind of a puree with the peas.
I think we use every ingredient.
We did use every ingredient.
The plate coming in front of me, I get to enjoy it all.
I was like, what am I going to do with it? And then kind of popped in that I can just add it to the wilted greens.
So far, out of all the teams, the most talkative team.
These guys are awesome. Are you kidding me? I talk all the time, so people are probably like, yeah, that guy never shuts up.